every life insurance telesales opportunity out there. You can either succeed or you can fail. The difference between the two, success and failure, is whose hands that opportunity is in. That's what we're going to talk about in this video, okay? If you're in a system or you're considering a system where there's high income earners over a long period of time and you're failing out or you failed out, that's because of two reasons, right? Those who succeed in life insurance telesales are those who prepare and train daily, and they combine that with consistent effort. So it's an oversimplification of it all, but of all the agents that fail out of this business on a system working the same leads as other successful agents do, right? Same training, scripting, all that stuff. It's because they didn't prepare, they didn't train on their presentation daily, and they didn't combine that with consistent effort, okay? So let me ask you a question here. Are you working on your presentation every single day? Listening to at least one phone call. That is something we've talked about before, but that is something that will change your presentation more than anything you can do. If you don't want to take the time to read through your presentation, it's too boring for you to do something that you don't have the attention span, listen to one of your phone calls. Everyone should do this. Even if it's 5 to 10 minutes of a phone call during your morning coffee or whatever it is, listen to it. You are your own worst critic. You're going to find things. You're going to find things that you can do better every single time. The way you sound. Nobody likes the way that they sound on the phone. I get it, but maybe you're talking too fast. Maybe some of the things that you're saying at the beginning are falling flat. Maybe, you are talking too much. You're not giving them space to talk. There's a lot of different things you're going to find just by listening to your calls, and it will make you better on your presentation. Now, agents wonder why in our call centers, who are working the same leads, same technology, same training, same script, and why they sell at a higher rate than independent agents. And it's just because they're in a culture of training, and it's training around the presentation. It's training around the mindset. It's training around tonality, showing empathy, active listening, connecting, pausing, right? These are things that magnify the effectiveness of your presentation, and you need to be doing that every single day. Maybe it's just consuming a piece of content that's not even in your agency, right? You need to get better and work on every single phone call on being better. If your calls are sounding the same every single time and you're doing it over and over and you're not successful in this business, it's not the leads, it's not the training, it's not the script, it's your lack of getting better at your presentation. The trap a lot of veteran agents fall into is their script, their presentation, I should say, it goes stale. They're saying the same words over and over. They're seeing profits, but then they get in slumps. And I can tell just when listening to calls that their presentation's gone stale. They haven't been putting in the effort like they were in the very beginning to get to where they want to be because they're just going through the motions now. In this business, you cannot do that, right? Guys, there's always something to work on in your presentation. And that's the number one thing you can do to be successful in this business is have more effective conversations, okay? I'll talk about the leads aspect in here in just a moment, but this is the number one thing. You can always work on tonality, maybe, coming up with your inflections or, lowering. And when it's time, when it's more serious and getting more, emphasizing different portions of your script more, pausing, effective pausing, probing, active listening, right? And if you're a veteran agent and you say, "Oh, I have all that down," there's always something. Maybe you can work on your placement rate by going after more same-day pay, or getting more referrals or spouse sales, and working that into your script a little bit more effectively. Okay. Always something to do here, and it is the main reason why agents fail in this business is they are not committed to their presentation, and that is the biggest skill set that you need to learn in this business. That is the business. This is the business, having conversations. Okay? So you have to work on this every single day. And it's not just reading through it. Listen to your calls, attend trainings, listen to other people's calls. Do what you need to do, but make sure you carve out time every single day to get better and implement those changes. Okay? That is what successful agents will do. They're always looking for ways to get better. Okay? So the next thing here, I said preparation and, working on your presentation. So I want to talk about preparation for a moment because, well, first of all, what do I mean by preparation? It's the feeling. It's that feeling of confidence that you can turn a hint of interest into action. If you're prepared, you've done the work, you're training on your presentation every single day, you're going to get this confidence to you. And it's a confidence to know that you can turn a hint of interest into action because it's your mission to protect these families, okay? And I want to touch on leads here because a lot of agents focus on lead quality. And because when I talk about a hint of interest, they're like, well, my leads, they barely have a hint of interest. Guys, it's a common sort of defense, okay? Guys, let me tell you this. The intent of a lead is variable for every lead type. You can have a TV call, laydowns, and also people who never don't have that much intent. You Facebook leads, laydowns, and people who don't remember filling it out, okay? It's going to happen with any lead type that you work. It's variable. The intent is variable, and it plays with agents' emotions and their confidence levels because they feel like something's going on with the leads because of, a bunch of low intent leads. But really, we need to understand that it is our job to turn low intent into action, okay? That is our job. That's why you have to get better at your presentation. And just for an example's sake, I want to tell you about, a campaign that we did where we tried to create the best lead that we could. We generated leads online. We sent it to a landing page. The person qualified their health, then got quotes, okay? Then they applied, answered carrier health questions, put their social security number in, their beneficiary information, everything. And then they would have to call in to with the reference number to give us the payment information. That wasn't profitable. And I give you this example because the acquisition cost of that lead wasn't profitable, and agents are looking for like this unicorn lead with the consistency and everything, and it doesn't exist. Every lead type, there's going to be variance in intent, and you have to understand that. And if you are prepared, you're fully prepared, you know that you need to turn a hint of interest into action, okay? And those leads that you're working right now, Facebook leads, TV calls, web calls, YouTube, Google, TikTok, whatever it is, okay? Those lower intent leads, they're more profitable. The acquisition cost is lower. That's why it's our job as a life insurance agent. And that's why we get paid 100% plus commissions to turn that hint of interest into action, right? We're selling an intangible product that they won't see the benefits in their lifetime. We are paid a lot of money to turn that into action. And that is what we need to do. And you have to have the confidence. You have to be prepared to do that. You have to focus on your presentation and get better every single day. That is all we're doing here. All right. So if you're out there and you're considering lead sources, you have to understand that the intent varies with every single lead source. I don't care what the cost is. Okay. What matters is your acquisition cost and the effort that you put in to get that acquisition. Okay. If that works and you're profitable, and that's what a life insurance telesales business is. It's making sure that your acquisition cost is low, and all that, and the tools behind that are simply what you're saying on the phone with them. That's how you're getting that sales rate. That's how you're making those sales. That's how you get that acquisition cost lower. Working on your presentation, you're gonna get that acquisition cost lower, your profits will go up, okay? And I say this, like I put this here because being prepared, it gives you the confidence. And agents who are prepared know that this is all we need is a hint of interest here, because they can take any conversation and turn it into action. There's always an angle. If you have the confidence to know there's always an angle, once you're on the phone with somebody for 5 minutes, I'll say, the intent is there. They filled the form or called in. They're on the phone with you for at least 5 minutes. There's an angle. You have to figure that piece out. That is our job. And you won't excel in that unless you are putting in the work every single day to get better. That is the difference between a successful agent and somebody who fails out of the business. They just expect the leads to be good. You can just say the words on the script and you're going to magically get sales and commissions into your bank account and you're going to go retire in the Bahamas, right? That is not how it works, all right? I need to just be completely just in your face about it. Not how it works. Okay, so your job, guys, your job is to be prepared. And when you're prepared, you have this confidence and your call reluctance goes down, because most agents don't do the activity required because they have this anxious feeling because really they're not prepared. Okay, so work on that. And you'll be surprised how much your call reluctance drops as well. Last thing here is, are you working a full day? Okay. If you are, great. But are you actually working, right? Or are you really making calls for 2 hours of the day? Okay. The time you spend worrying about cash flow, about the quality of your leads, about, on agent chat, considering different opportunities of agencies out there because they're posting all these glamour metrics of their leaderboards, right? Or whatever it is. That time that you spend on social media, kind of doing that sort of mental, sort of out there work, you could be doing training. You could be putting in the time, getting better. So the next conversations that you have are more effective. You can write more business, help more families, okay? I find a lot of agents get caught in the trap of not working a full day because of remote. We have the autonomy to do whatever we want, right? But they just don't, okay? And if you're happy with your income, cool. But most agents aren't happy with their income. And I find even though they may be in the office for 8 hours, they're not really doing a lot of work, okay? So, consistent effort. It's a major reason why agents fail out of the business. They lack the consistent effort and they lack the preparation required with the presentation and getting better every single day with their presentation, okay? It's an oversimplification of why agents are successful and why agents fail, but it's absolutely true. So if you want to be successful, it takes preparation and consistent effort. All right. And, my unpopular opinion, which I mentioned at the beginning of the video, is that if you're an agency with high earners over a long period of time, agents get into that agency, they choose to be successful or not, because all it takes is preparation, consistent activity, and that is your effort. You control your effort. Agents control their effort, okay? Doesn't matter what leads you work. Doesn't matter if you're an independent agent or in a free lead program. Doesn't matter what agency you're with, what IMO you're with. None of that matters. You control your effort. You have to focus on your presentation and getting better every single day. That is the core of what we do. I hope I got that. I hope I communicated that. And it's something that I challenge everybody to do every single day. Listen to your calls, listen to other calls, and get better every single day, okay? You are the one who chooses to be successful or not.